Now, one of the key figures in the infrastructure mission of the Modi government is Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw, who is joining us on the broadcast. Thank you, Mr. Vaishnaw, for joining us on CNN News 18. It's an ambitious economic plan, Mr. Vaishnaw, to achieve Viksit Bharat by 2047, and the railway sector is central to that. With 2.5 lakh crore laid out as the capex for the Indian Railways. That is what we are learning from the interim budget that has come out. What is the plan ahead to modernize this sector?
See, in the last 10 years, our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has put huge focus on railways, because railways caters to the poor sections and to the middle class families. So huge importance has been given to investment in safety, investment in creating capacity, investment in getting new technologies. So for example, in the last 10 years, Modi ji has added 26,000 kilometers of new tracks. Last year, 5,200 kilometers were added, which is like adding one Switzerland to the country. This year also 5,500 kilometers is being added, adding one more Switzerland to the country. And in today's budget, major announcements have been made. First announcement is about 3 new corridors. Second is about upgrading 40,000 coaches. So 3 new corridors are basically very scientifically designed program, where all the origins and all the destinations, for example, if there is a steel plant, that is the origin, wherever it has demand, that those are the destinations. Similarly, let us say Patna is a big hub for originating traffic, Bangalore is a big hub for destination. So that kind of mapping has been done using the PM Gati Shakti portal, and it has been an exercise going on for 2 years now. Almost multiple number of ministries, industry associations, many stakeholders have been consulted, and a very comprehensive program for adding 40,000 kilometers of new tracks has been created over the next 8 years, 6 to 8 years, and this will add significant amount of capacity. This will be like adding one Germany level of network to Indian Railway network. So this is a huge increase in capacity which is needed, because we are carrying today 700 crore people. We have targeted 1,000 crore people to be carried by 2030. We are carrying 1,500 million ton cargo today. We have taken a target of carrying 3,000 million ton cargo by 2030. So with all these programs, by 2030, 2031, as these 40,000 kilometers gets built out, the problem of waiting list will be over.
Right. So capacity building is one of the key focus of the railway sector. But Mr. Vaishnaw, one of the key aspects of the infrastructure revamp is the Atmanirbhar mission. Where do you stand today when it comes to self-sufficiency, and what is the game plan ahead given the budget's focus on the sector?
Absolutely. The entire Vande Bharat program is a very good example of Atmanirbhar Bharat. The entire train has been designed and manufactured in our country. Amrit Bharat train is another very good example of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Our focus is on mastering some of the major technologies, and in the next 2 to 3 years, or maybe 3 years, we should be looking at exporting these technologies. The Kavach is a good candidate for export. Vande Bharat is a very good candidate for export. 9,000 horsepower locomotives will be another very good candidate for exports. Forged wheels will be another very good candidate for exports. So multiple items we will start exporting. From being an importer 10 years back, now we are becoming exporters.
Absolutely. That is a game changer when it comes to the railway sector. But with more modern and high-tech trains, Mr. Vaishnaw, entering the railway sector, there are still concerns surrounding station facilities and cleanliness, namely in the big cities. Now, given the drive to achieve international standards, what is being done to address those concerns to make the Indian Railways a truly global model?
Where is world's largest station redevelopment program happening? In India, 1,300 stations are being rebuilt. You go and see around Jaipur station, Bhubaneswar station, Chennai, Alambur station, Bangalore, Yashwantpur station, Ranchi station, Hatia station. So many stations across the country, 1,300 stations in one go are being reconstructed. It's a it's the largest station redevelopment program anywhere taken up in the world. So this was announced in last budget and progress is very good. Lots of places the station construction has reached second floor and huge progress is there and very focused work is going on. So stations also will be totally new. Passenger experience will totally change in the coming years.
Right, so passenger experience will change in the coming years. That is a huge message to the people of this country. But Mr. Vaishnaw, you highlighted this earlier that 3 new corridors for the railways, the energy, mineral and cement corridor, the port connectivity corridor and the high traffic density corridor. Now, in the larger scheme of things, in the macro view of the Indian economy, how is this an economic game changer?
This is a very important concept. See, if we transport by rail, we are saving 90% on the CO2 emissions, 90%, right? Cost wise, close to 50% saving is there. So how do we reduce the cost of logistics in the country? We are growing at 6 to 8% consistent growth rate, right? With this growth rate, the total cargo in the country is going to increase from the current levels of 5,000 million ton to about 8,000 million ton. Even if we are able to take half of this growth in railways, we will be saving about 1,600 crore liters of diesel for the country. Imagine the impact on pollution, imagine the impact on balance of payment, imagine the impact on our current account deficit. All that is a very significant part of the overall strategy. Imagine the impact on cost of logistics, right? So that's why very focused way we are increasing the capacity, we have increased the production of electric locomotives. The number of locomotives we are producing is more than about 1,000, which is more than the total production happening in the entire continent of Europe, right? So that is the pace, that is the scale at which work is happening.
So Gati Shakti when it comes to the railway sector is only expanding. Mr. Vaishnaw, one crucial aspect of the railways is safety, and you highlighted the Kavach tech and how it can become an export in a few years. What is the progress to make safety concerns a thing of the past, to make something like Kavach tech a pan-India reality?
Progress is actually very good. If you look at it, the technology started in 2016. Globally, this kind of technology started in 1990, but the governments of those periods, especially led by Congress governments, never had any focus on safety. But when Prime Minister Modi ji took responsibility of the country in 2014, his first focus was on safety. So 2016, the first national automatic train protection system was approved, trials were done. 2016 to 2019, the safety certifications happened. Multiple other trials happened, lots and lots of certifications are required because the safety is of SIL 4 level, SIL 4 level, which is the highest safety standard in the world. Then 2019 onwards, actual serial production and the implementation started. Of course, 20 and 21 were COVID years, but now it's very rapid progress. Optical fiber cable of 3040 kilometers have already been installed. 269 towers have been installed for Kavach. 186 data centers have been already completed, commissioned. 827 kilometers of track side Kavach equipment has been installed. So that way there is huge focus and very good progress on Kavach. Now 2 more new manufacturers are about to get approval in the next 1 year. So overall there is significant ramping up of Kavach, and I'm confident that in the coming years we will see Kavach as a major part of the entire technology suite.
Right. So safety, growth and modernization, 3 pillars of the Indian Railways as it leads the growth drive of the Modi government. Thank you, Mr. Vaishnaw, for sharing your perspective and giving us that overview of the economic game plan with the railway sector at the forefront.